Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to look at some of the photos and some of the ability that the GoPro Hero 2 has for using it in kind of poor locations like this, or poor light locations like this, but also going to test it out with the Rode video mic. So just now, if I go from my computer to the Hero 2, which if you see from my computer again, I've taken it out of its case, and there the little red light's flashing saying yes, I'm recording at 1080p at 30 frames a second. And just now it's hearing me by its microphone, which is this bit up here. But it does have a microphone jack at the side. So I'm going to stick this Rode into it, my Rode Video Mic Pro into it. And if we'll go to the sound from my little Hero 2 just now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the Rode Video Mic in now. Okay, so hopefully that should be a little bit better. What I've done is I've put the Rode, so it's just on 0, so no plus or minus decibels, and I've got the low pass filter on as well. And what I'm just going to do, I'm going to do this video with my Hero 2 on top of my computer just now. So we'll see the difference from the Hero 2 with my Rode microphone compared to just now, where I'm going from the cameras, or from my Mac's little what do you call it? A little camera thing in the computer, and however the camera is, or however the computer is picking up my sound. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to look at some of the photos which we took with GoPro. Now, what you'll see is on the computer, you'll see is that the millimeter is 2.5 millimeter lens. So that means it is a tiny lens. So pretty much everything is in its hyperfocal distance. Pretty much everything will be in focus. Anything that is beyond maybe like a millimeter in front of the lens. It's an f2.8 lens, which means it's nice and bright, and it can do a very fast shutter, and it can also change its ISO. There's no manual controls on the GoPro whatsoever, so it's all doing it by itself, which is fine. That's what you want it to do. You don't want to have to be playing with menus. Anyway, what I'm going to look at here is its photos. Now, what it does 11 megapixel images, which are pretty impressive size. So let's look at this one. This one was taken at 1/3200th of a second and at ISO 100. But what we are seeing, this was shooting straight into the sun, and I'm seeing some banding, which I've always had that kind of stuff from like my cheaper little cameras in the past. But I'm surprised I'm getting this on the GoPro, to be honest. There's also quite a lot of artifacts in the image. It shouldn't be noise because it is at ISO 100. But yeah, it's surprising. It is kind of quite grainy straight away. That was shooting straight into the sun, and I'd be interested to see how much exposure we can bring back into the ground here. So if we bring the exposure up, yeah, you can bring a bit. It seems to be very saturated, the colours that it gives. Let's see if we've got a better one here. Now this one, okay, so what we're seeing, you've got to remember this is with a fisheye type lens. So we've got a great kind of curvature of the earth going on in the corner there. But detail-wise, yeah, this is a nice big screen that is given me. We can see all the way down to the point where we're seeing the windows of houses miles and miles and miles away. It's odd. It's kind of a funny kind of square format. It's not totally square, but it's not the normal format that you normally get. Let's see what it gives us here. Let's see if we can change it to 1:1. Yeah, so it's not a 1:1, and it's not a 4:5, 5:7. No, it's not that either. 5.8 to 11. No, it's not even that. It's its own size format. Yeah, odd one there. So let's just go back to the original. And yeah, here, okay, this was a very easy shot for the camera to do because the sun was behind me, everything was well exposed. No problems there whatsoever. Again, this is at 1/900th of a second and still 2.5 millimeters. And yeah, you can see great detail all the way over 10. But again, still, if you look super close, you see all this going on. So personally, there is no chance I'm going to be using this as my photo camera if I'm doing anything professional. But actually, you've got to think it's not bad. It really isn't bad at all. For a £300 camera, It's giving you 11 megapixel images, and it's giving us stuff like that. That looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. Let's go to another shot. Okay, yeah, so here it was in a fairly dark location. The image looks blurry, and it is. This is at 15th of a second. Let's see if I can rotate it. So 15th of a second, yeah, it's just kind of all blurry going on there. That's probably shake from my hand, so not that great. So again, yeah, if you're in a location where it might be low light, photos here probably ain't going to be what you're wanting to do. Look at the kind of blur there. That was at 1/7 of a second as well. So photos in dark locations wouldn't bother. There's Kim in a spacesuit, 1/7 of a second, not too bad. And look, you can really see my finger right on the side of the camera there. So if you're using it, because I was just using this as if it's a little kind of camera that you normally get, it was really weird having a camera where you couldn't view the photos straight away. I had to wait until I came home. It's very strange. Now this shot, this is one which I'm very impressed with. This is okay, ISO 100, 180th of a second. Now this is an image with lots of detail. Let's have a little look at that. And yeah, again, it's still got this kind of funny grain artifact pixel kind of thing going on. I'm just wondering if what that means. You know, does that mean it's fake? It's not really an 11 megapixel image. It's actually just like a 5, and they're just boosting it up a little bit. But here, yeah, it does very well. We've got details all the way down to the shadows there, and yet we've got blue sky up here. So I think the dynamic range that this camera is able to capture is pretty darn good. I'm very impressed with it. Pretty much all your videos will start with you looking into the camera to see if it's actually working. Again, this is a very dark location. This is at 1/7 of a second. So if you're just trying to get some shots of what the place is like, yeah, it works. If you hold the camera still as possible. Nah, I would definitely want something which can happily, and it's only chosen ISO 163. I would have thought it would have chosen a slightly higher ISO so it could be a little bit faster. Same here with the crocodile, ISO 117. This is some odd choice of ISO. I would have definitely wanted it to be a faster ISO so it can have a faster shutter speed. And this shot, oh actually wait, no, I've edited this one. This one was black and white. What was this? Let's go down to reset. Again, yeah, this one is quite a good one because we can look right up in the corner and look at the chromatic aberration. So this is a high contrast scene, and you can see that there's definitely lots of blue coming in. But again, is anyone going to notice that? I don't think so. 11 megapixels is very good, but it is this weird kind of dots going on in the shots. It's not a totally fisheye shot. There is definitely a lot of field curvature, but it's not totally fisheye. And again, an outside shot, 100th at 300th of a second. Very impressed with the detail that it's able to pick up. 11 megapixels, absolutely great work. You don't need more than that. I just wish it was a little bit cleaner. In fact, let's see. Wait, we'll go back to one where it's had a slightly higher ISO. This one's 158. Okay, so if we go in and we can seal this, I wonder how well we can actually take that noise out. So if we go to the noise reduction, ooh, let's see. So from before to after, let's see the noise reduction was about 50. Yeah, it's still kind of there. Let's bring it right up to 100. And it's now just kind of painty. So yeah, even if it has a little bit of ISO changing, you're kind of really destroying the image. So again, this was a high contrast shot here. So again, looking straight towards the sun, it's trying to see how well it could pick up from the blues in the sky, which it's got, to the details down here, and it's managed to get some details here. So again, ISO 100. Let's see if we add a kind of what do you call gradient here. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so we can bring in a good bit of detail. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put these photos onto the blog. So check down below, and the blog will have the link so you can actually see these photos in a little bit more detail. But that's not looking too bad. I like that. Yeah, okay, there's lots of little white dots. That's the kind of noise there. Let's bring some noise reduction in. Oh no, that looks bad. That looks bad. Okay, just keep it looking a little grainy. Okay, that's fine there. Okay, and here's a shot I really wanted to test to see what the 11 megapixels is like. I went for a walk today, and out on the walk there was these birds. Let's see if we can actually see them. There's a whole pile of geese. Can you see them? Yeah, can you tell that they're geese? No. With an 11 megapixels, should you? Probably not. Actually, it is absolutely tiny. Here's a video of what it was actually at the time. So yeah, so that was the geese away up there. Let's see if we zoom in on the video. So you've got to remember, when you're doing it at 1080p, that's actually really only a 2 megapixel kind of image. So you can see all the birds there flying across me. It's quite cool. But yes, okay, so there you go. That's just a little kind of example of yeah, if you're going out with walks with friends, absolutely that's fine. Using this camera, taking photos of that. Let's see. But again, because you can't view the photos straight away, perfect. We've got eyes shut, looking down, looking at, yeah, and you can't really control the exposure at all. But I would say the dynamic range is pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. And here's another one. Again, high contrast, sun coming straight into the camera. But it's done a good job at capturing a lot of detail there. So probably if I was doing it with all these shots, I'd definitely kind of crop them so they become a bit more like the 16:9 cinema style shots. There you go. I'll put more of these on the blog down below, and so you can have a look at the bigger screen on your own computers. Cheers, bye bye.